Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome Brigid, the Brigid Ross healer. Hi, Brigid. How are you?
Hi, Jean. I'm well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on today. I love doing these little mini readings with you. It's a lot of
Good.
fun.
Good. Yeah, it's a fun Friday, and it's a Friday afternoon. So happy Friday to everybody. And we're going to be doing readings today, and I'm so excited to see everybody. I see Shirley is here, and Carolyn, Tea Garden Chicken, Leona, and Brigid, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
uh, and Sweet Fairish. So nice to see everybody. And I noticed, Bridget, that you recently were at a psychic fair.
I did the Serendipity Fair last weekend. So it was a smaller fair, 23 people, 23 vendors max. But it was pretty busy. We had a nice flow of people in there and some lovely vendors. And I did 2 workshops, which was the first time for me. So that was a lot of fun.
Good for you.
Yeah, I did one on Saturday and one on Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have to say, I'll just share with you because I know you'll appreciate this. But, I asked Spirit, okay, so can I have a little guidance beforehand? Maybe I'll take some notes for what I'm going to speak about. And they always laugh at me. They're like, well, you don't need that. You're just going to kind of, go live, what I call go live. So Saturday morning, 5:30 in the morning, I'm having my coffee and I'm like just trying to get messages and writing some stuff down in my notebook. And I take my notebook into the workshop with me and I never opened it once.
Wow.
Yep. It's just funny how Spirit always has my back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that and I trust that. And, I prepare an outline or a general, but it really does take a life of its own. And it really is catered to the people who are there in the workshop with you, and it's important to be open and flexible at those things. So, well, that sounds lovely. So exciting. I did a psychic fair 2 weeks ago in York, PA, and it was a 2-day fair, and it was a big one, and it's the first time I had set up there, and it was rather interesting. It had some good points and some challenging points, but overall it was very successful, and I enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed meeting a lot of new people because we do the circuit around here, and sometimes people follow you to different ones. Not that there's any. I love reading people more than once as well, but it was interesting and a whole new set of ideals. I met the most interesting people and really had an amazing experience. Hello, Avinash. Hi, I am Lulu. And Leona has been a member for 3 months now. Good for you, Leona. Thank you so much. She says, I am bragging right now. That's right. That's right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Kim Princess Sear. Okay, very nice. Later on today, I will also be on with the Psychic Triad is what we call it. It's with Terry Suzuki from Kigaru Spiritual Journeys and with Terry Lee from, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium. And Terry Lee is going to be hosting, so I'll be over there this afternoon, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We do the Psychic Triad like every other Friday. Try and do it at least twice a month. And the ladies, both Terry's and I, studied together and took classes together. And we have been doing shows ever since. So it's been like 4 or 5 years that we've been doing these shows. So it's always lovely to get together. And they are amazing psychic mediums. And we all receive our messages just a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. And we've really grown into our own sort of technique or niche or delivery, and it's because of our spirit guides, you know, and the way that our spirit guides communicate with us. Yet when we get together, our spirit guides like bounce off of each other, and we sort of like we're all getting the same message, and it's really beautiful knowing that the spirit guides come together as well. But it's not always the case, but it's fun. We call it the psychic bounce. You know, when we get together and we get similar messages.
It's kind of nice when you get a similar message. It's like confirmation, and also maybe the person needs to hear, you know, like more than just once that message. I love the validation though that brings.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Leona. You're so sweet. Sending in your support. Thank you very much for your super chat there. Okay, and Kim Princess and Vicky Howell is here. Hi, Vicky. Nice to see you. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started, and I'm sure that we will pick up. So, LP, if you're still here, and let me go ahead and start with Leona. LP and I am Lulu. Just say hello. So, Leona says, any messages you pick up. So she just wants a general reading. For Miss Leona.
How are you wanting to do today? I know we've gone back and forth. Sometimes you go first, sometimes I go first. What are you feeling?
Why don't we can just, why don't you go first, and then that we'll see how long that lasts.
Absolutely. So Leona, the first thing that I'm actually hearing is I'm hearing the word, and actually like capital letters, trust. Trust where you are. Trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be, that nothing has passed you by. Trust also in the messages that you're getting. I feel like you're getting some little tap, tap, nudge, nudge, and you're kind of questioning, well, why would I get the messages? I get them from other people that I reach out to. But we all have this ability within us. We were born this way to be able to receive messages. So I encourage you, and Spirit encourages you to lean into that and to, what I'm getting really is like, please start listening to the nudges. They're important. They lead to the next steps. So if you're questioning what steps to take and where your path is going, if you don't take that first step of listening, then it's hard for the next step to show up. So it's been busy with the flow of messages. Yeah, you're definitely getting messages. Maybe do automatic writing if you're having trouble like kind of tracking and separating things. But I feel like you're getting very specific guidance and being encouraged to really lean into the guidance that you're getting, because different things will unfold for you if you lean into that guidance. People are having trouble hearing me.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, I can barely hear you right now.
You can barely hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. I just turned my volume up.
My mic was too loud and I switched. So let me just see if I can.
That's a little bit better.
Oh, really? Is this better?
For me, it's better. I turned my volume down because it was too loud, but here, Brigid, but not Jean. Yeah, your volume like went down a little bit.
Okay, how about this? Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. Is it too loud?
I don't think so. Better for both. Yay.
Okay. Way better. Okay. All right, good. Yeah.
And
Sometimes
thank you, Anna. I just want to shout out my daughter Anna helping out today. And we had the same issue last night on YouTube with the volume doing some weird stuff. So
yeah, you just have to switch back and forth on microphones and see if it fixes itself.
I did have a fan running, and sometimes my sound is a little funny with the fan in the background. So I shut it off, but we'll see how that works. Got to try all the little tricks. So Miss Leona, let me just focus on Miss Leona and see if I can get a message for you. I was focusing on the volume. So, Leona, they want you to. I see you walking around and sort of doubting yourself, and not. Um, they they want you to walk with spirit, walk with confidence, and to be kind to yourself. It's important that you embody the spiritual or the divine energy that is contained within you, um, and understand that with the elevation of the energy and the frequency that you're picking up on, it's also a light that we carry within us, and that it's no longer appropriate to, you know, say, negative things about ourselves, and it's very counterproductive, and it's they just want you to work with the truth, and they're saying that when you doubt yourself, or when you sort of say, well, that's just my imagination, or you must be crazy, or whatever these things that you say to yourself, they really want you to hold the truth of the spirit and the reality of the messages that you're receiving, and the frequency that you're aware of, and understand that this is a new way of being, and a new way of holding light. So I hope that makes sense to you, that they just want you to treat yourself appropriately, with honor and respect, um, and sort of just being the light that you are aware of, that you that's been shown to you time and time again. So I hope that. Oh, geez, she says,
Yeah.
I have a huge opportunity, and I've done everything possible to stop myself. Not fear of success, but it's absolutely just something stopping me. It's like a brick wall.
So just what I feel right away when I saw that is that step into it. Don't stop yourself. If it's not meant for you, it won't flow to you. So sometimes the things that are most important for us, we have all these roadblocks that either we throw up or that get thrown up in front of us, and we think, oh, that means I'm not supposed to be doing it. But it actually doesn't mean that. It's actually spirit saying, do you really want this? So especially when you write, I have a huge opportunity. This is not I have chills. It's not an opportunity. It's a huge opportunity. Jump in both feet. You're putting up the wall. Nobody else is putting that wall up but you. You're self-sabotaging. And it doesn't come from, you're right, it doesn't come from fear of success. It comes from a belief that there's several beliefs, a belief of lack, that you're always going to be lacking and not enough, and that you have to work harder for what it is that you want. And then the last thing I'm hearing is safety, feeling that you trust yourself and that you're safe within your own being. Like ground yourself. I feel the root chakra a little clogged.
That's brilliant. I love that. That's exactly right. And Leona says that trust is a huge problem, which she'll try harder. Yeah. It's a new day, Leona. It's a new day.
And that word try, when you are trying, you're actually doing. So and it's silly, the little things that we can change like that, but how we speak to ourselves, and how that all resonates in our body, like our cells hear that. And there's a difference between, oh, I'm trying, like, oh, I'm trying and it's so hard, versus, oh, I'm doing it, because if you're trying, you're doing. So just little tiny little things like that you can change, might start to, like, I just see like a lightness in your step as you make some of those positive changes for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's your way. It's not right or wrong, Leona, and everything that you're feeling, all of the hesitation is appropriate because it's your way of moving from that lower density type of reality into a lighter, more lifted type of reality. And when you're ready, and it's that struggle in between when we're moving, but once you move, it'll sort of be like a release. But it's what we're all going through, and it's almost like the microcosm is expressing the macrocosm. What you're dealing with in that one little decision is what we're all dealing with in a global manner, in humanity. The struggle of letting go of what used to be and moving into the new possibilities. So good for you. Thank you very much.
There's also, when you say that, Jean, it reminds me too that sometimes right before we have like that big breakthrough, it's like, oh, like, you're just such a struggle. You feel like you're in quicksand and you just can't quite get there. But it's like, just keep pushing, because you don't want to throw the towel in right before the big reward comes,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you very much, Leona. That was really very jam-packed.
Yeah.
And very much needed. So LP is here. She said she would love some healing or reading if called. So LP, we're going to be doing light language, or Brigid is going to be doing light language healing later on towards the end of the show. So let's see if we can get a reading for you. No, Leona, thank you. Don't worry about it. See it, and turn that around. I know. It's something that we all have to learn, and do not judge yourself one way or the other. If we do it, we learn not to do it again. That's all. And if we do it again, we learn not to do it again. She's just, and Vicky's saying, I'm terrible at self-sabotage. And that's what we're letting go of. That used to be a thing. And now it's, yep, she said, I have to let that go also. Yeah, it's really helped a lot of people. Thank you, Vicky, for sharing that too.
Yeah.
And let me just make sure, LP, are you still here? I think I see her. I don't know. Is LP still here? Just say hello. Because I called out earlier. And I am Lulu. LP and I am Lulu. Are either of you still here? I'm looking, you guys. I see I am Lulu is here. So thank you very much for the super sticker, I am Lulu. That was very sweet of you. I don't see LP though.
I love what I am Lulu just put. I was advised to let go of the word try, as it implies there's room for failure. Just use doing. Absolutely.
Wow. That's interesting. Implies that there's room for failure. Just use doing. Yeah.
I was told years ago, you're not trying, you're doing. Just use doing. Take trying out of the vocab.
And failure is a tactic. It's a judgment. It's an observation. But, and I always remember this. I don't know why, but who was it? The guy, the colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken. He started his business when he was like 69 or 70 years old, and he went to so many different companies trying to sell his recipe, and everybody kept saying no. And people would say, "Oh, he's a failure," but he's not. He made it. Like there's no failure. There's no judgment. You just do what you do. And yeah, so I have to just put that in, that failure is also objective or subjective, it would be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hi, Ria. Nice to see you. And so let's go on to I Am Lulu since she is here. And if LP comes back, let us know. And Avinash, oh, okay. Okay. Um, After I Am Lulu is Kim Princess. So if Kim Princess is still here, that'd be great. So I am Lulu. May I please get a message from my guide who is most assisting with my spiritual awakening? If possible, her name. Oh, interesting. I don't know if you're good with names.
So I've always said, "Well, I'm not so good with names," but then Spirit just laughs at me because they're like, just ask for what it is that you want. But what I see right away when I saw you wanting a message from your guide is I actually see like a fairy, um, a little fairy, with wings, kind of like the fairy in Peter Pan. That's what it makes me think of. And I'm hearing something that begins with the letter A, like AY. Ayalana, Ayayana. That's just what I'm hearing. But what I am hearing for you specifically about this guide and finding out the name is that don't give your power away. You know the name. You find the name. Get out of your headspace. Take a few breaths. Drop down into that heart space. And it's the first thing that's going to come to you. You can just say, please step forward and show me what you look like. Please step forward and let me hear your name. So, yeah, like I'm hearing, like she doesn't need to hear the name from me. She needs to receive that herself, because there's something in receiving that specifically from this guide that you're talking about that I'm hearing level up. Like it's time for you to level up and to go to the next step, which is all about this. You are awake. There's no like turning around. So stop. Don't look in the rearview mirror. Keep going forward and know that the messages will come through for you. I love the automatic writing thing because it's a way for us to stay out of the mind space and in the heart space and just have your paper and pen there and just write the messages. Um, it's a really good way to do that. But I really encourage you to just kind of sit with this guide and ask her to show herself. Like for me, she sits, on your right shoulder. What do you get, Jean?
So I feel as though you know this guide very well. I feel as though this guide is very much like you. I feel as though some of your thoughts and feelings are what this guide is sharing with you. And I think that you feel as though it's outside of you or above you or more magical than you, but it is almost like within you. It's part of you, it's your energy. It's just an extension of a spiritual type of frequency that you tune into. I think that this guide is there with you when you sleep. I think this guide is there with you when you on your highs and lows. I feel like this guide is very much like a guardian angel, kind of a um like they oversee everything about you, and it's almost like you already have the connection, you already have the awareness, and they're saying, but you know me all the other times, why don't you know me now? You knew me when you were trying to think of what to have for dinner. You knew me when you were trying to pick out your clothes this morning. Like, I'm always with you in every moment of every day. And for you to say, I wonder what they're like. They're just like you, because they help to guide you through your whole life, since you were an infant and before, all the way until now. So they're just very close to us. They're almost like, not a mini me, but they're just very much like us, and they give us sometimes our characteristics and little nuances, or little um, just they help to help us to choose. They help us to become more aware of ourselves. And it's in the silence, it's in the quiet moments, it's in the shower, it's when you're doing the dishes, it's in those like in between times that you're most in touch with them. They just want you to know that they are not some character, sitting on a throne miles away from you. They're like in your heart. They're right in your energy, your auric field, and they're very close to you, and that they're just so much like you. Um, it's almost like having like a best friend, and if you had a lot in common with your best friend. So they just want you to know that it's not very far away from you, and that they're always very close, and that, to realize that it's almost like when Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and at the end of the show, where the Glenda the Good Witch says, Dorothy, you've had the power all along. And for Dorothy, it was in her shoes, but for us, it's always been within us, And it was just up to us to find the courage and the confidence and the understanding, to utilize and to, embody, and to flourish, and express. So that's what I have for you. I'm not really, I have to say, when I was looking for a name, and I wrote, I'm going to just tell you the words that I wrote: green, like the color green; ground; and then I wrote grass. So all of those words start with a GR. So if you want to, you could start there, but I did not get a name. And I thought they were showing me green. They were showing me in the ground, and they were showing me grass. And I wrote the words, and I thought, oh, isn't that interesting? All three of those have a GR. So I wonder if they were trying to tell me what their name was. But it's really up to you. It really is something that is part of you. So if any of that sounds familiar, or sparks some type of a name, or the other name that Brigid was telling you, whatever sort of you resonate with. So I hope that was helpful for you, Miss I Am Lulu. So thank you very much. Not sure, did she have any responses? Okay. Okay. All right. Very nice. So Avanasha is next, and then Kim Princess. Thank you. I am Lulu. So I don't know where where did she go? I somehow just get to Avanasha's.
I'm Lulu. I just heard that it's going to come to you in your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I figured you're looking for wherever her question is.
Yeah. Here's Avanasha. So she says, my best friend went blank and nervous. In the end, it was our finals. Like any other friend, I used to ask her every silly thing, like, did that burden her? Can you what would be your question about that scenario? It sounds like you're telling us about what happened. What's your question regarding that? Oh,
I feel,
did that
yeah, I
burden
feel
her?
like it's
Did,
like I'm trying to
oh,
read it
okay.
again, and I'm like, you feel like you were a burden, but you
I'm
were
getting a
not.
no. I'm
Yeah,
getting a no right away.
me too.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Jean.
Yeah. No, that was I just got that's all I got was a
Yeah.
no.
There's an absolute no. You weren't a burden then, and you're still not a burden because I feel like you're still um, talking to her, but you're worried to be talking too much, which that's not possible. So you did nothing to scare her. She was in her own process. I feel like you're talking about her final hours, her final days. And so she was in her own process that had absolutely nothing to do with any physical human being here. It was her own process. Um, Stop questioning yourself, allow it to be. She is now in a space where none of that matters. um, Yeah, but so you're saying that she got irritated, but so she got irritated because of her own stuff, not because of you. If it's something that you feel you need to look at, that's bothering you, then I encourage you to just kind of, um, like go within to see why it is that you feel like you're irritating people. Um, or why you have a need to check everything twice. There's some kind of a security or a safety that you are not feeling. And so you're not allowing yourself to just be who you are. Yeah, fast, fast. Like you're rushing through everything. Slow your roll. Take a few slow, deep breaths and try to stay in the moment that you're in. You are not a burden. Most importantly, you are not a burden to yourself. Allow you to, like, it's almost like it feels like your nervous system is dysregulated. So you have to kind of stop and slow down and empty everything out, do some, well, I was just about to say do some slow, deep breathing, but then what I saw was water. So maybe take a bath or go in the ocean or even, taking a shower. These are all ways to kind of help us calm our nervous system. And you get very good messages from spirit when you're in water. Spirit really likes that. It's a nice way to take care of yourself. I hope that answers. I'm seeing like other questions, or I hope that like in a nutshell kind of answered that for you.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think,
And
Jean?
if you still have more questions, Avanasha, I think it's important that you know that this is a really short kind of a reading. If you need a longer reading, we're both available for private readings. And I would recommend if you still have questions after the reading that you do contact us for a private reading. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so LP said she's still here. Let's do Kim Princess and then we'll go back to LP. She said she dozed off. So Kim Princess says she's here and then LP. And do my guides have something to tell me? Okay. All right. Well, Kim Princess, I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump in here,
Oh,
Brigid, but you're holding on to a lot of, or I feel like you may be holding on to a lot of responsibility that's not yours. And I understand that sometimes like our friends and family and situations around us, maybe even the job that we're working may have some uh, you know stress, but it's important for you to take they're saying to sort of don't hold yourself at that same responsibility. Understand that that's outside of you and that you have control over your own health, your own stress, your own responses, your own um energy. And try not you I think it may be even that you're very empathic and you're sort of connecting with other people's drama. Like, let's say you have a best friend and your best friend is going through a really nasty divorce. It's like you're just going crazy over it too. Like whatever this is, there's other people's drama, other people's stress, other people's situations. But what it is important for us to do is to make sure that we stay healthy, we stay calm, we stay centered, we stay strong throughout other people's dilemmas so that we can be supportive. And it's also to preserve your own energy. So that's what I was getting for you right away, Miss Kim Princess. How about you, Brigid?
As soon as I read that, I heard we always have something to tell you. Like, we are always talking to you. So don't question that what you're hearing is your guides trying to communicate with you. But I also am hearing two other things, which is like I'm seeing like lines around you. Firming up your boundaries and not dimming your light. So shine your light. It doesn't matter what other people think. Their opinion of you is none of your business. So just take care of yourself. Go within. You are not crazy. You are hearing messages. And I'm hearing you are love, 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 love. And just to follow that path, keep shining your light. Don't dim for anybody else. And there's something, it keeps coming up. There's something about you keeping your boundary firm and not allowing others' energy to come into your space. And like you take it on like it's yours. It's not yours. It's just like this, lovingly give it back to whoever else it may be, but it is not your energy. You can always put your hands over your solar plexus, the right hand over the left, and ask for everything that is not love or everything that is not yours to be removed from you immediately, so that you are just sitting in your own energy.
Wonderful. And Kim is like, okay. She's like, I have to work on that. And yay, and true. And yeah, so she must stay strong. Yeah, and boundaries was probably the word that I was trying to get at, and we can have empathy and compassion with the boundaries, but so that you can be there. We'll do that. Thank you. You're welcome, Kim Princess. I felt it right away. So thank you. And let's go to LP. And LP is explaining that she's in Australia. This is why she was dozing off.
Okay.
So would love some healing. Oh, okay. This is what we read, and then you weren't here. Okay. All right.
So I just want to say, if you fall asleep again, LP, you can come back for the healing. It will be at the end of the session. So you guys can always come back to not only listen to the messages, but also to receive that healing if you miss it. I'm actually, not just because of this, has nothing to do with the time change, but I am feeling that you are tired, that there's like a drain on your energy. I'm not sure if it's your work environment but I'm just seeing like there's people around you that, like, I'm seeing a circle literally of people, and everybody wants some part of you. Everybody wants something from you. And oh yeah, I just got chills. And you are to just say no. Say yes to yourself and no to everybody else, because it is time to step into this period of time that you came here to experience just for you. It's not about anybody else. So stop taking on other people's stuff. And I just heard that lovely saying, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. Leave them there at the water. If they want to drink it, they will. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself and your own happiness, because you're feeling so tired because everybody else is draining you. So just like the healing will help, because it will just kind of get all of those claws out of you and push your energy out, arm's length away. That's your space. It's not for anybody else to come into. Yeah, stick with that boundary. That's the second time I think that boundary's coming up today.
Yep. Yeah, and she said for the last 3 years that she's been feeling it, and she says she feels like it's life itself, and she just said she's fatigued all the time.
Mhm.
And yeah, there is a oh, here she says, I've been
Yep.
using
Good.
to let
Mel,
them theory
the
by
let
Mel
them theory.
Robbins. Mhm.
Yeah. It's a great, you can say that for everything, anything that comes. Let them.
Mhm.
Let people
Mhm.
live their life. But in that, it, like, that's great for you to say that. Now live your life. Take the steps for you. I'm sorry, Jean.
That's okay. No, no. It's important to it's not an easy concept to get all at once. And I think that there's a thread here between all of the readings today, and I love when that happens. That it's not just that we don't want to interfere with somebody else's path. We don't want to interfere with somebody else's lessons that they're to learn. And we don't want to coddle or prevent them from learning their lessons. In the same respect, we want to be able to be here for our own lessons, for our own spiritual path. And when we get to the other side and we do our life review, we say, how did I do on my choices for my life? We don't say what did, it's really a ability to sort of manage and facilitate and express our own lifetime, our own desires and goals, and to interact with others, but not to control others and not to take on other people's burdens. And there's a fine line between interacting and being, sort of like enabling or catalyst or, there's a fine line. And when we are overwhelmingly involved in somebody else's issues and inappropriately, not if it's your issue. If it's your issue and it's happening to you, that's appropriate. But if it's somebody else's issue and it's happening to somebody else, and it may not be appropriate for you to feel all the feelings, you may be doing it out of empathy, but it's not necessarily appropriate. So it's important for us to sort of understand where our energy stops and where our energy starts and where the not the responsibility, but where the nuance and the spiritual and the energetic lesson starts and stops. There is a fine line, and empathy and sending out love and light and having compassion and wishing the best for people is lovely, but it doesn't drain your energy to do that. And this is the difference between giving your energy, giving your power, using your own frequency and vibration for something else that's outside of you. It's really a fine line, and there are so many nuances to the each scenario that we say, well, you said it was okay then, but it's not okay now. It's really about how we preserve our own energy and our own sovereignty and walk, side by side in assisting others, but not assisting others at our own detriment. Um, it's hard to sort of verbalize sometimes, but I hope that helps, Miss
No,
LP.
you made perfect sense, Jean. Yep.
Thanks. And it is unusual that we're having like the same thread through all of them. So I'm glad everybody's here.
Yeah.
I didn't say who was after LP. So is Nancy Ray or CJ? Nancy Ray or CJ? Are you ladies still here, or are you both still here? You're welcome, LP. I hope you're feeling better. And stick around. Make sure we're going to be coming up on the light language.
And just while you're waiting for one of those ladies to respond, oh, there it is. Nancy Ray says she's still here, so I'll hold off on what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, okay. Message from spirit guides. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's
Okay,
wanting messages from their spirit guides today, which is, I find There is that common common thread.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I
again,
see you, CJ. Thank you. Sorry.
I'm no. I'm getting the same response for you that I feel like there was for somebody else. Like, we're talking to you all the time. You are always connected. I feel like there's a common thread as well of like self-doubt today. And we're being asked to, now, not that I know we complicate things and make things more difficult than they are. It's easy. Just like take the jacket of doubt off and put it on, drop it wherever you're standing. Drop it at the curbside, drop it in the middle of the street. It doesn't matter. Whenever that, ugly self-doubt comes up, immediately change the thought that you're having, because you're in your ego mind. You're not in your heart space. That's where your messages are going to be received the easiest, is in your heart mind. So you're just they are, your spirit guides are talking to you, and what they're saying is, please trust us. Please know that we have your back. You are always connected. There is this like doubt of like, oh, I'm feeling blocked. I'm feeling connect, that this is just, you're again in the mind space and not in the heart space. We are never alone. We are never not connected. We are all one. It is impossible to be disconnected. And the more disconnected you feel, it's actually the more connected that you are, because spirit is trying even harder to support you and show you, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Listen to me. Just listen to what your guidance is. It's me giving you that. I'm supporting your back. I'm pushing you in one direction or in another direction. And yeah, just really lean into trusting that. Um, yeah, I feel the connection through signs and synchronicities, which is perfect. So, what do you want? If you want to hear messages or you want to see things, ask exactly for what you want so that spirit can bring that to you. So, maybe you want to work more on your clear audience so that you can hear the message better. So ask for that. Spirit, I would like to hear what my message is today. And boom, it's going to start to happen. It's that quick. Once you ask for the help that you're seeking, it's right there. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Nancy. I agree with everything that Brigid just said. And I do feel as though that you already are connecting, you already are listening and realizing, but it's almost like you want it on demand, which is true. And what that does is it takes practice. So sometimes we can move through life and be, enchanted and surprised, and spirit often loves to surprise us when we least expect it, and we're always wowed, and it's a miracle, like, oh my gosh. I did a meditation, and the spirit guides showed me a llama, and I'm like, a llama, and they're telling me to look up the spiritual message for a llama, and I would recommend doing it. It's about strength. It's about, I don't know, a couple other things I didn't know about. So I thought, oh wow, that's really interesting, because I was like, how did I know it was a llama and not an alpaca? You're like, like I'm like, my analytical brain was analyzing it and trying to figure it out. But no, spirit just wanted to show me a llama, and, and let it go. And then I'm like, well, what about the llama? Like, I'm trying to figure it out and dissect it. But that is human. That is ego. That is analytical. And then, so I let it go, and I hadn't thought about it for a few days. And I happened to be in my Facebook account, and somebody was messaging me. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't a bot. So I went over to their profile and started to make sure it wasn't a bot. And don't you know, I saw a picture of a llama. and it said a message from your spirit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was just like a validation and a confirmation that what I experienced before is really true. And it's not for me to figure it out. I mean, yeah, it's nice. I did look it up and it was meaningful, but the validation that they showed it to me a second time was emphasizing how important it is that I trust that that is what it was, that the message of the meaning for the Lama is what is important for me to learn. So not only that you get signs and synchronicities, but that you connect them and that you learn to trust them as they come in. And we all struggle with this. I mean, obviously I went crazy trying to figure it out, but it was really very beautiful. And let me just read you what the Lama, because I think that you guys might be a little interested. Sorry, spiritual meaning of a Lama. Here it is. A Lama symbolizes insisting that you follow your heart rather than your ego. I mean, is that just perfect? This is what Lama symbolism is, insisting that you follow your heart rather than your ego. And that's exactly what I was doing. No wonder they came back around and said, Jean, look at this again. This action will bring you all the rewards you are seeking. The Lama often symbolizes perseverance, hard work, and adaptability. It can also represent overcoming obstacles, finding strength in difficult times, and so on and so on. But I mean, just that first insisting that you follow your heart and not rather than your ego. I mean, it just blew me away. And and that they cared, not cared, but that they love me, and they want me to make sure that I really absorb that message, that they showed me that Lama again. And I knew it when I saw that Lama in, in my travels, that it was just a validation and a re-emphasizing. Go back to the Lama, Gene, and it's magical, and it's a message for not just me, but for me to share. So hopefully, Nancy, that was um, meaningful for you. And thank you very much for your question. All right. That was very empowering. So I have CJ's next, and I think this is going to be the last one before we go on to the light language. Yeah, Nancy says I need to be patient and open, Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember that spirit.
So CJ says, I would love a message.
There's like a delay. I'm not sure if everybody else is feeling that, but just Nancy, remember, and just for everybody, spirit's time is not the same as our human linear time. There's no such thing as linear anything. Everything is a circle. So just know that nothing that is meant for you will pass you by. CJ, what I'm feeling for you is it's very similar to what's going on for everybody here, but what I'm actually being shown is this path in front of you, like a wooded path, and there are roots of trees that are sticking up, and you're having trouble discerning which roots belong to you and which roots belong to other people. So there is like a little, I don't want to call it a trick because they're saying don't use that word. There's a little tool that you can use, and you can just ask spirit, like ask Archangel Michael to step forward and like trim your roots that are at your at the base of your spine and out your feet, just to trim those so that those will go down a little bit under the dirt, and then you can see that those other roots are not, they don't belong to you. Those stories don't belong to you. Those problems don't belong to you. And so you are to step over, like I'm hearing over and around. Do not take on into your being what is not yours. And I have chills saying that. So I feel like either somebody is trying to put their stuff on you, or again, there's this, you're having trouble discerning and focusing just on yourself, and you're getting tripped up in those, in the roots of other people's problems. But it's just really easy. Trim yours down so that they drop down. Then you can step around those other roots and then take some time for yourself to go within and ask, those roots that got trimmed down a little bit, is there something there that I need to look at? If you'll hear right away if there is. If there's not, just keep moving forward and don't worry about it. If there is something, and I'm hearing that there is something for you to look at, ask for that to be revealed to you, and trust what you're hearing, because you're hearing the truth from your heart space, not the mind space that's all ego and you're not enough and there's so much negativity up there. If you're hearing negative stuff, you're not in your heart space, because the heart does not speak to us in that manner. Even when we're learning our lessons, it does not come across in a negative way, because that's no way for anybody to learn. What do you get, Jean?
It's phenomenal. And I just love how synchronistic that you and I are, Brigid. And, Brigid and I did not train together. Brigid and I don't know each other except for the past year, I guess. We met each other at one of the psychic fairs. And I just love that she hears the same messages, knows the same, reality, and the same connections, the same everything that is in my heart is coming out of Brigid's mouth, and it's eternal. It's forever. It's always, no matter who it is that you connect with. This is the, like, I don't know. This is the universal truth, the universal facts, and just ideas and guidance. It's universal. It doesn't matter whose mouth it's coming out of. But sometimes, you connect with some people more than other people. But I hear it repeated over and over again, and it's not that. It's because we're receiving the same information. So it's important that we understand that this is also coming through us. And CJ, you may feel this resonate with you. And what I got for you, CJ, is you are important. You matter. You make a difference. You are enough. And that's what I wrote down. Your spirit is eternal and knows the way. Listen to your intuition. And this just rings through everything that we're all, talking about each and every day, about awakening, about awareness, about listening to our spirit. And CJ, I feel as though you think to yourself, you're like, well, I feel this way. I can feel my spirit. I can feel this reality. I feel the resonance. I feel something guiding me, but I'm just CJ. Like, I'm just here with my cats. Like, what difference is it? What difference do I make? Because you're all part of the larger spectrum. You're all part of the same light, the same vibration. And we need all of us. We need each and every one of you and us all together to resonate, to shine our light, and to have this awareness or this belief in the spiritual realm and the ability of our spirit and our expression of our spirit. And that's enough. You don't have to hang out a shingle and say, am I a psychic? You don't have to be on YouTube and do, readings with Jean. You just have to believe and express and know. And I feel like, CJ, you feel like you're a lot younger than you are. And you're like, well, why do I think that I can feel this way when, you may have, already had your career and lived a lot of life so far? but it's because you were meant to be here at this time. You're meant to witness the atrocities that are happening. You're meant to be here to help the rest of humanity to evolve and to lighten up. And I just feel this. We're all part of the same team. We're all here to help each other grow and expand. But know that you are important. You matter. You make a difference. And I just want to thank you for being here. It's really beautiful. It's not easy to hear these things because we've always thought the opposite. But just consider listening to it and play it back again and see how much it resonates with you. All right. So
you're
thank you
speaking
very much, CJ. Thank you,
you're
thank you,
speaking
thank
the truth, Jean. You're speaking the truth. Everybody matters. We all agree
It's
to be
getting
here.
real, isn't it, Brigid?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's needed. Every single
Okay.
being is needed.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, everybody. And Bridget's going to be. Do you need some time, Brigid,
No,
to
I'm ready. I'm
prepare,
just
or
gonna.
do you want to
Nope.
just? What should
Nope.
we
I'll
do?
just.
Can you give us instructions?
Yep. So I'm going to speak light language. For those of you who know, you already know what to do, which is nothing. You get to sit there and receive. You can have your eyes open. They can be closed. It doesn't matter. I encourage people to stay out of the mind space. Don't try to figure out what I'm saying. There is no English translation, word for word. This is all in the heart space. It's all about feeling. And it's language from the galaxy, from where we all come from. And I feel like today what's going to be offered is a general clearing because everybody is feeling a little goopied up from the energy around. So just removing all of this external energy from us and bringing us really back into that heart center where we are in that trusting space, knowing that we are all one. And I just want to put out there too to everybody that tonight I'm doing a group healing at 8:00. I have a membership, and you can go to my website to brigidross.com to see all the different things that I offer. I'm doing a couple of workshops this weekend as well. So, and like Jean said, if you're feeling like you need a little bit more of a dive into your question and a little bit more space being held for you, reach out to one of us for a private reading because they can really be very, very healing. Okay, so if everybody just wants to take a minute, close your eyes and just slowly take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it up at the top. Exhale longer than the inhale. And with each breath in, you're breathing in love and you're breathing out everything else that is not love. Sharakatakarai, Shatakarawootse, Yachachachachachacha Sokotokoro, Ishakakarigarabasakatikara, Lakachakotokuri, Gabasakari, running and aluminum and Amasakotokuri, Shutokuriga, Yishakatakagarabasakuri, Takarigarabasakuriga, Pishakatakaria, Sikatakaria, Shu Saki ya shatakotokoro wishe teka sakatakarika. Yema no menema shara kuchekesa tatata. Sha shukurugurugura. Pasakatikirikirikirikira pasakatikirikirikirika. Hachikatikirikira patikirikirikira. Hanna kalakarigarabirikirikira pasakatikiri tekari shawarwarvirikira papa vishukurugurugurugurika. Yishorakai. Yamna karagarira bobushukurugurugurugurika pasakatikirikirikira shatatata shukutse. Shuryahataya shesam nokoro ichesesa sho horowiteke yeshesa sasakatakargo uminigatekasha haruishitsam nakarawitikashi unahaya inawa no orohi na aruishesa atukurahi nokoro yishutsa Shakatakatakatakatakataka. Ishakatakarigere baba sakasukutokuru wishit se harakatikasha. Aruriamne yatara wayoro ayetse. Haruite karisha takara wishukutkuruguri yatsitsa. Oro ishishahasu. Yinamau ahi amnahawo ya so isheha isha usha. It's sakarawashi so. Itatatatatatatata shara hamina haishe hori amnasa ashu she yashawuri ashe wawai he sawarawa harawai so ishawu se Shao how we so how we show sa sarawu set sara harawi show harawu se. It's okay to let go of the sadness. Sharawahi nama uyayatse kortitara. We are one. Sharawase, I will always be with you. Yakuru cherohi nama uyatsetsa. Haru ikiteka hashe. Haru shiwo. Wo she sasara. Sarasara hadai she nomorotsetse. Namuki ha. Namokita kari satso kotokoro ichatakari itakara wesheka itsatsatsatsatsatsatsatakari shatatatakari shakotoko orkichi katakari insakatakari ichoro chiro so him sakaru hisha harui shete sho surya sukuru itatete shahara ham hisha suku ichara watukuru ichese Atiko ro hamne hayaya sharu sikatakaru shiwu sa hasu haru yetse sanamo ki hara intatatatata shukuru kuche te sa kuru with the keshe hasura kimsha Ishasu shaniwa se ha sha suku se shukuru ye somani yate yasharwi hamne yatakara shukutse sha sa. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths in and out. Allow yourself to slowly return into your body, into the room that you're in. Drink some water if you have any. Be gentle and kind with yourself as you move through the rest of your day. There was really a lot around us that was not ours, that was like literally cut. Like it was like slicing the air to remove energy that does not belong to any of us. It's a collective healing, so you will get exactly what it is that you need. There was a reminder that we know the truth and that truth is within. It's not external to us. There were some hooks removed from the throat chakra in the back and in the front to release not being able to speak your truth or be who you truly are. And I just am hearing like, don't dim your light, keep those boundaries up. And there was a very big healing at the heart chakra, like releasing a belief that if we let go of our sadness and our grief, that then we're not still close with the person that we love and are missing. So I don't know if that was for somebody specifically, but yeah, I got chills. That's for like a collective of people who are hanging on to grief that we no longer need to hang on to. And then just shoring up your solar plexus to keep your power within. Remember, you are the creator. You create your life. You are supported in every step that you take. Lean into spirit and allow them to support you, and stay grounded. You belong here. You chose to be here now. Be here. It's safe to be in your body and to be grounded here at this time. Yeah, they just said, okay, that's everything. Thank you. So I hope that resonated with everybody. Come back and listen to it. The more often you listen to the healings, the deeper you go into them. I usually do them with all of the YouTubes I do with Sun Psychic Jean and on my own channel. And there's some on Instagram as well. So utilize the resource of receiving that light, because it truly does help us heal faster and remove those obstacles for us. And I thank everybody for allowing me to speak that and to help.
Yeah, El Regalo says, thank you. I literally felt my third eye opening, and thank you. I am emotional. Yeah, it does bring up that emotion. And Shirley says, thank you very much. Gratitude. Jen B says, thank you so much. Carolyn Cooper says, thank you both so much. And thank you, Brigid, for the light language. I felt my heart let go. Love and light to all. Oh my gosh.
That's beautiful. It gives me chills. All those messages.
And whatever it was that you felt is right for you. It doesn't mean that you have to compare yourself to what anybody else got.
Yeah.
It's very much individual, but it's allowing for that frequency and that healing to come through. Thank you so much, Brigid, for everything. It's just an honor and a pleasure to work together with you. And it really was very profound that my heart was coming through your words. And I'm like, we didn't study together. This is not like something that we, this is something that's universal. It's outside of all of us. Doesn't have anything to do with our personality. It has to do with us listening to that message from spirit. And it was really very profound. So thank you very much for being you. And I'm so grateful that you're here with me and that we get a chance to work together. So
I feel 100% the same way. So thank you as well.
All right, everybody. Well, I will be back, and please do go over to Brigid Ross Healer YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe over there, support the community. We're all one community. We all support each other. So please do go on over there. And thank you all very much for being here together with us. And we'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.